Rich Man Toys! Today let's talk about the costs of a glider, to fly a glider and so on. We will compare a modern 18 meter class glider with an Audi RS6 with the running costs, but let's start with the overall price range of a glider. There are older gliders where you can have a lot of fun and you also can compete with them internationally, so you can fly a World Gliding Championship with a glider which costs, let's say, 15,000 euros. That's about the minimum range which you should consider buying a glider. But it reaches up to, I think that production gliders are nearly at 400,000 euros though. That's the upper level. It's cheaper to have a used glider like on cars as well, but you can fly these gliders for a longer period of time. So I had my standard Libelle that costs about 15 or 20,000 euros, something in between. And it's nearly 50 years old. So yeah, it's a lot older than me, but you can still have a lot of fun with that and win a competition. I placed third in the junior waltz with that one. So that's amazing. You think, yeah, that's really expensive, you can't afford it, can go into a club. Usually you learn gliding in a club and fly there good gliders for about 12 euros per hour or 18 euros per hour. And I think that's a fair price for something which costs 60,000 or maybe 100,000 euros. The glider which I fly most of the time, the ASG29, it's an 18 meter class glider. It's a high performance glider with a glide ratio of 1:50. So when I'm 1 kilometer or 1,000 meters high, I can glide 50 kilometers, so that's really efficient. Perhaps it's not really the latest bit of piece in the 18 meter class, but you can compete with it very good. So I think it's a good glider for the money. Yeah, the price for this glider is about something between 90 to 100,000 euros. And in comparison to the Audi RS6, I found here one nice R6 from 2018. You will spend also around about that much money, about 95 or 98,000 euros. Has 18,000 kilometers. So let's start with an Audi RS6. I made a quick research about it. I found out that it costs about 5,600 euros every year only for the fixed costs and the maintenance costs. So that's really a huge amount of money. But you have no fuel and no other things like oil and so on and bigger maintenance things. And but we won't discuss this longer. I will put the link into the description below where I found this number. But let's get into the glider, into the ASG29 glider, 18 meter class glider. So there you need to spend about 820 euros per year for the insurance costs. You need a third-party insurance, but you also want to insure your investment. Then you need an airworthiness review every year. It costs 137 euros. And then you have other things. You need a parachute, because in Germany we need to have a parachute at training flights and also at competition flights. So you need a parachute which costs about 1,900 euros. You can use it for 15 or sometimes for 20 years. When you break it down to the annual cost, it's about 126 euros only for the parachute. But then you need an annual check for the parachute, costs 45 euros, and you also need to repack it every year so that it really works. It's about 25 euros. The next thing is you need a trailer. If you make an outlanding or if you want to drive to a competition and you really need a trailer, and usually we store the glider in the trailer so we don't need a hanger and so on. So that's also cheaper to store it in the trailer. you need a third-party insurance for this trailer. That's about 35 euros. Then the general inspection, which is every 2 years, costs 50 euros, so about 25 euros per year. In Germany, we need to renew the tires of the trailer every 6 years to get this 100 kph sign that we are allowed to drive that fast with the trailer. But I think it's really worth to renew the tires, otherwise you can have a flat tire on the highway and you can damage a lot with that. So these are about 33 euros per year only for the tires. So in total I got 1,246 euros per year for the running costs of ASG29. So I think that's really a good price compared to the Audi RS6, which is about the same amount of money which you initially spent into that. There are other fees, maintenance costs and so on a glider, but they are not not too big. So every 3,000 hours you need to make a bigger overhaul. But 3,000 hours, that's about the lifespan of a car. Perhaps these are 4,000 or 5,000 hours, but you get it roundabout. Then also the point for the environment, which is really good, you only need one aero tow or winch launch to get in the air. Winch launch is usually about 5 euros. Or an aero tow, usually I spend about 15 to, let's say 45, 50 euros per tow. But usually you only make one tow per day, so you can fly the whole day. If the weather is good, 1,000 kilometers or 1,100 kilometers like I did last year, with only, let's say, 5 liters for the tow plane. So that's only 0.5 liters per 100 kilometers. That's awesome. So the main engine of your glider, that's your brain. You need to use the energy provided from the nature in the best way to be fast. So I really enjoy gliding. I like nice cars like the Audi RS6, but I think they are more a waste of money than flying a glider. And you can fly 270 kph with the ASG29. With the Audi RS6 you are allowed to drive 250. Perhaps you can get this limit set higher to 300, but it's around the same speed, the same max speed. But with a glider you can fly this speed every time you want. It's not efficient, but you can do that. With a car you are only allowed here in Germany on the Autobahn to drive that fast, and also on specific areas where there's no speed limit. So I hope you get a point, what's the costs and so on. If you have some specific questions, leave a comment below. I will try to answer them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different this time, but I thought I need to do it like that. So see you next time. Cheers.